What up to everybody out here rocking with us tonight in this one episode to go show for Mare of Easttown? We're going to go over episode 6. We're going to talk all about it. And at the end, as always, it all comes down to who the goddamn killer is. And
Yeah.
Trying to figure out in the end. But we'll go over all the other points of the episode too. I thank everybody for joining us here tonight. I know maybe some of y'all have to work on the East Coast, maybe a little late for y'all. I'm sorry about that. This is the only time we could actually get this done and everything. So as always, I am joined by Elamar. She is here. She's joining me right now. And, I'm happy to have her. And we're going to set this off, as we always do, right now. What up to all my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best of Don Tony Teflon. You are listening to, and maybe watching, this podcast in the world, the Lady in the Don podcast. Elamar, how are you?
Tony, I'm always good when I'm here. How are you?
I am great. It's great to see you, and everything else. What up to everybody here that's rocking with us right now? What up to Big E? I see him in the building. What up to AK-47? I see in the building right now. Big E, as I said, is in the building. Matt Spruce is in the building rocking right now. My Mary is in here. My Mary's been here since the jump, from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everyone who's been there, but especially the people who's been there from the whole time. Carmelita is in the building. Richard Cheney, Tina is in here and everything. So we have a bunch of people in here. We're going to go over it. And I do have something that we're going to share in a little bit, but that maybe it can help us figure things out.
Right.
So, basically, how did you feel about this episode? I heard mixed reviews. I heard people say that they love this episode. And I heard people say, maybe an 8 out of 10. How did you feel?
Really? 8 out of 10? It was not, as shocking as the one when Colin Zobel when he died. It was not as shocking, but there were different things and twists and turns and questions. So I did enjoy it. Maybe, to be fair, I did prefer comparing this episode and the one before, which was my favorite so far. This one is not on top, but could come close to be maybe second.
Yeah, the cliffhanger at the end. I mean, it's like they did a couple of things. They did 2, right? They did the cliffhanger of Mare walking down. They stopped there, and then they have the picture. What's in the picture?
Yeah,
those are the 2 things that we don't know.
Tony was playing detective.
Yeah, we have to go through these things.
Yes,
that's the only way to figure this thing out and everything else, right? We really, that picture tells it all. If you can figure out who's in that picture, then you could definitely figure out what's going on. So, let's bring it up right now. We have the picture.
Yeah.
We have a good superimposed shot of the back of this picture. That's what we get. Yeah, no, we'll do it with 2 people. Sorry. There we go. Yep. All right. Now, I don't know how good y'all could see this, but this is the picture that the chief is holding up. This is shooting, from the back, superimposed.
Yeah.
And when I look at this picture, Elamar, now I don't. You can't see this. My arrow on the screen, right?
I cannot.
All right, let me see if I go this way. Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
All right. When I look here and I see this right here, like this looks like one person to me.
Yeah.
And this part right here looks like some type of V-neck.
Yes, that's her breasts over there, and you can see.
And this is the breast right here, right?
Yeah. Yes. To me, it looks like that.
Breast? It's the V-neck. The breast is down here.
Yeah.
And it looks like someone who has black hair right there.
Darker hair, exactly.
Short black hair. And this looks like a forehead right here. And then the eyebrows and the nose and the mouth would be right there. That's what I see right there. And when I look at that picture, you know what I mean? On that side, I don't think a man would wear a V-neck like that.
No, and plus the face is very kind of softer, more feminine, and the way the person is kind of laid back looks. I don't think a guy would just kind of like recline like that and pose like that, because women may be the ones who kind of pose more like to look more feminine and whatnot. To me, it looks like it's a woman.
It does. It looks like a selfie of a woman, like she's holding the camera up. and she's
Yeah.
taking a picture of herself and then something in the background.
Yeah, like towards the bottom where it looks like a middle finger, the finger, kind of the middle of those three fingers. It looks maybe like an arm kind of outstretched. Now that you mention it, that it's a selfie.
What are we talking about? Right. So right here
Yes, like the
is her.
darker part. Yeah, that's her. Go down a little bit down where
Yep.
the middle finger is. There are three fingers visible.
Yep.
Yep. Just follow the line down. Yep, that the line looks like a shoulder to me. Like not a shoulder. I'm sorry, like a forearm.
A
Kind of like she's
forearm right
holding
there.
it like that, kind of like
Yeah,
on
I
the
can see that.
side, and where's the like this kind of thing. So
So it really comes
maybe,
down to what this is, because
yeah,
she's in the foreground and she's taking a picture of something in the background. So it's this right here.
yeah.
Is this another person? What is
You
this
know,
thing right here?
mm,
That's because
yeah,
I'm gonna say from looking at this,
yep,
it looks like Aaron. I'm gonna say it looks like.
yeah. To me, it reminds me of Aaron. The entire thing at first, when you send it to me, like I have no idea what I'm looking at because I didn't know the context. I was kind of getting ready, and then I'm like, wait a minute. And you said the picture, so it reminded me of actually my pictures after my kids were born. I would kind of like, when you're tired as a mom, or like you have your baby and you're more careful. So I don't know, maybe it's not it, but to me, it reminded me of when a mother takes a picture, like just laying down with the baby on her, like across her, stomach
Mhm.
after the baby's born, maybe. And I don't know what's in the background. That's yeah,
Oh
just
yeah,
the layout of
well,
it.
it has to be like there has to be someone there. I mean,
Exactly.
if it was
Yeah.
just her, it wouldn't be interesting.
Yep.
So if it is, as you said, hospital scrubs do have that V-neck, right? So if it was a hospital scrub like this V-neck right here, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a V-neck right here, like
Yes. Or more like maybe not like it's more like but it basically shows cleavage from what I'm looking. I may be wrong, but it looks like cleavage to me.
because it
Yeah.
doesn't look like a V-neck right here.
Yeah.
So hospital scrubs do have that type of V-neck. It could be,
Some may, yes.
what if it's a picture of her right out in the hospital with the baby and the
Mhm.
baby's father?
It
You
may be
know,
that, or if, for example, if it's the father that she does not want to show, if it's she's back at home and she took a selfie of kind of more in a intimate setting where
well,
it's somebody visits her at home,
yeah, yeah, Bernie, yeah, that's
maybe.
right. I think it's a sweater. I'm saying it. I think it's a V-neck. It's a sweater. I do think.
Mhm.
She said, someone, Richard Cheney, saying the V-neck could be arms holding her from behind. Let me get a closer look. Sorry for me to look at this same
Yeah.
thing, and and I have to go to the other. Like this would be an arm. I can't see that being an arm. This right here,
Mm.
because it's too small and it stops. It's like boom and then boom, right? Like it's. I think that part is clear. Like this right here, and that truly looks
Yeah.
like some type of V-neck there. Uh, and as we could say, this is the face, the silhouette of the face. This is the side of the hair. It's this right here. What's going on here? Who
Yeah.
is she taking a picture of? Is she taking a picture of somebody holding a baby? Me, baby, excuse me, at this particular time. That's what it truly comes down to.
Mhm. Some
Right.
people here in the chat mention it's Kevin and Drew.
Who the hell's Kevin?
Yeah. Oh
Right.
gosh.
Oh,
Is it the son, and the Drew
Mayor's
is
son.
the, yeah, it's in, yeah. That would be
Yeah.
a big shock. I mean, he does not have any beard, but so it took that chief a little bit of time to kind of like, either notice something that's kind of in the background maybe, or to come to terms with like, okay, this is what I'm looking at and what does it mean. It may be right in our face. This may be somebody who's not Aaron, and he's like, okay, what's going on here? Or it might have been somebody in the background being all happy. But if, let's say, if it's somebody in the background, it can be any family member, right? But then the question is, and it would be fine, but the question is, why would she keep the picture of herself, for example, with the baby, with some, let's say, Billy in the background, or John in the background, or whoever?
Because even let's say it was Billy in the background.
Hmm.
It could be easily said that, hey, I
Yeah,
came to visit her that day,
exactly.
and I just was hanging out with the baby and her,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. if it was Billy's brother, that's a little bit odder to say that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think it has to be someone in a compromising position, and it has to be someone that made the chief say, "Get Mare on the phone, do it now."
Exactly.
Like it's
Yeah.
very important for her to know exactly what's in this
In
picture
that
right now.
moment, as if to me it seemed like she was saying, well, obviously she said that it's Billy, right? And they're at wherever they are at, and he took it as, okay, that's what it is. And then seeing this picture is like, whoa, hold on, you are saying that Billy is the killer, but no, like, why would he rush so much? So there must be a twist to it. It must be somebody else than Billy, because he wouldn't react like he did.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, if it was, and people are saying that it's Mayor's son. If it's Mayor's son holding that baby, then why did they kill Aaron in the first place? That's what you. This has to be the clue to prove who the killer is.
Do you think it's, yeah.
That's why it's been held till the end of the episode.
Yeah.
If it was brought out earlier in any episode, you would know who the killer was. So this is the last clue. There's a reason why they didn't show it. This is the last clue
Yeah.
to show exactly, because when you see this picture, you're going to know who the killer is. So if it was Mayor's son, let's just say hypothetically it's Mayor's son, what reason would anybody that we see as suspects, and I only really see two suspects at this time, what would it be for them to kill her? Why would they have that reason to kill her?
Well, I'm thinking one of the things is it may be crime of passion, but there's so many different possibilities that this could go after, all the different clues and stuff we got. Now that you mentioned it, I actually have not thought about it being Kevin. But if it's Kevin, I see it as maybe crime of passion when it came to, for example, Billy. He may have been in love with her, and people do crazy stuff. They may love people, but they're able to kill them. Not that they want them dead. It's just that's why it's called crime of passion. But that's only it may be jealousy, or may not even be the fact that the money, maybe the money, or maybe Billy thought that he's the father, and she says, no, you're not. And, so many things. But then, where does the money part come in? So I'm kind of confused by that all. Obviously, like we probably all are until we know what it is. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, so when I look at it from a
Yeah.
distance, and instead of, let me try to zoom in again here.
Yeah.
This could be right here, this part, somebody's head on her shoulder. You know what I mean? Like someone's
On the
kneeling there
side, kind
on
of
the
maybe like on
side.
the side, like as if, they're like laying and
Yeah, like they got
yeah,
their head on the shoulder, and
yeah,
then this would be like the baby or something. That would be enough evidence. If this is a head and the
yeah,
head's on the shoulder, this is a 3/4 view of her face. This
yeah,
arm right here is holding up the camera, and she's taking a picture this way. And this guy's head is laying right this way, and the baby is right over here. Then that would be, that means his head would be here, and kind of like his shoulder area would be here. But this area would be his head right on her shoulder. If it's that, then I think that it's hard to see who it is. It's still
yeah.
hard to see who it is, but that would be a compromising position to catch
Yes.
somebody.
Yeah,
And then you
exactly.
could say, because it has to be someone like I said, if it was someone that's sleeping with the baby, because I just went over to visit the baby. So it
Right,
has
just
to be
standing
someone.
there. Yeah.
It has to be somebody in a position where they're like, "What the fuck
Yeah.
you doing with this little girl with your head on her shoulder like that, holding
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
baby?" You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I could see it being something like that. If it's anything, that's the way I see it going down. And obviously it is something. Say if it's anything, obviously it is something. But that's what I see. If it's going to be anything like that. So if it was Kevin, I don't see a motive for anyone to kill her. Who would be the killer then? If it's Kevin, let's say it's Kevin. Mayor. Why would Mayor kill her? Mayor would have access to the gun. So we know that the gun
Yeah.
is an old revolver type gun that Mayor's, and they specifically said
Yeah.
your father used this gun, had a gun like this, right?
Yeah.
So Mayor would have access to that gun. but why would she have to kill this girl? If Mare already had the one baby, and she'd take the other baby or be grandmother to the other baby, I just don't see why Mare would have to kill it if Kevin was there. So I just don't see, and Siobhan wouldn't have a reason to kill her. I don't see the reason to kill her. Has to be a
Hmm.
reason to kill her. The only
Yeah.
thing she's ever done from the jump is want money to pay for this
Mm-hmm.
boy's surgery. That's it.
Yeah.
She needed that money. So she had to blackmail, not blackmail, but say something to somebody like, hey, you're either going to help me with this or I'm
Hmm.
going to tell people that you're the baby's father.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only person it could be. So it has to be someone who didn't want that information released.
Hmm.
Mayor's son, I do believe he died already at this particular time. I think he's dead for over 2 years at that time when this all jumps off. So I think he was already done. I think he was dead already. So I don't see it being him. Now, Billy and John are the only two that would lose something if it was their kid.
Mm-hmm.
John has much more to
Yes,
to,
he does.
to lose.
Yeah.
So if it's what listen, I really want it to be Billy because obviously that's the guy I predicted, but it
Yeah.
more and more starts to look like John. It truly does. When you look at everything from the
Mm-hmm.
beginning and you see everything that you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at here, who has the most to lose and who has the most to gain?
Yeah.
It seems like he's the one. John is the one.
Most definitely, he has, and he also has obviously issues. And with the way he talks, the way they did it, he like whenever he was bringing up that mattress to his father's house, and Billy comes in, Billy basically yells at him towards him, saying that he should um take responsibility. Somebody, like, at some point he needs to take responsibility for his life. And then he mentions to him, responsibility where, after where he puts his thing in, to whoever he puts it in. So it looks like Billy knows something, and
Mhm.
he is tired of possibly maybe taking responsibility for some stuff that happened. Again, there's so many different possibilities that this could go with. Maybe Billy was taking one for the team, for the family. Like, John said something to Lori, saying, "Oh, do it for the family." What if he does that same thing? Because he did the same thing to his son. Oh,
Mhm.
don't say anything. Probably like, oh, you think about what it would do to the family. I'm pretty sure he would say something like that. And then he says the same thing, and he said it twice. Obviously, he had that affair or whatever it is this time before, and then he says the same thing to Lori, and then I'm assuming he might have said something similar to Billy. Take one for the family. If it's on you, it's
Yeah, but
something. But if it's on me, then
it's hard for me to think that Billy would agree to take the fall for everything just for his brother. Like
hmm,
I love my brother. I haven't spoken to him for a long time, but I still love him.
mm-hmm,
But I'm not giving up my life. It's like I wouldn't expect him to give up his life for me. If I killed somebody, I wouldn't expect him to say, you know what, I'm just gonna say I did it. Just to
mm-hmm,
do it. And there's not just so I can go to
mm-hmm,
jail and you not go to jail. I can't see that going down like that.
mm-hmm.
So there had to be something like John specifically says to him, I need to hear you say it. And then he says it.
Yeah,
Now,
but that doesn't mean that.
did he
Yeah.
get him to say it because he was tape recording him? And then he
Mm-hmm.
goes up there and then
Yep.
he kills himself. And then he goes, hey, Mayor, I'm going to, this Billy said this to me. This is the reason why he killed himself. He admitted to doing
Yeah.
it, blah, 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 blah. And that's the reason why he must have killed himself. We were out there
Yeah.
fishing. I didn't realize he had a gun. He blew his head off. He fell into the
Yeah.
water. Boom, boom, boom. Now it's over.
Yeah.
And,
I don't Yeah. Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, that's fine.
And I don't understand why he would actually. It's a lot of it is about wording. Words are so powerful. And why didn't John say, "I need you to tell me what you did. Tell me what you did. You kill her? Tell me. You have to tell me," kind of thing. He said. He didn't ask him if he did it. He told him to say it. There's a big difference.
Yeah, I
Um,
need to hear you say it. Like,
yes, say it.
I already know you did it, but
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear you say it. Why?
Yeah.
It's,
Exactly, manipulator. He is a manipulator. Beckers says John is a manipulator. Yep. He's doing it to so many people so far. So I see how it could be. Maybe John turns out to be the father, or somebody else is the father, and Billy did kill her because obviously he had blood. Maybe he helped to clean up the crime scene. But why
Yeah,
would John not have any blood on him?
I think if John shot the shot and Billy was behind her,
He would be covered,
he
like you
would
said
be
in the
covered if
video.
he
Yeah.
shot him, and the blood would go backwards. It would hit him
Mm-hmm.
and nobody else. You know what I mean? And then he would be covered in blood. John wouldn't have any blood on him, and then he could go home and have to and
Yeah.
take that off. You know what
And
I
I
mean?
agree, yeah. And I agree with Mare. It's like they were rehearsing. It's like you coach somebody to say something. And again, we see that in John when he talks to his son. So yeah, I see him as trying to. But again, and then we don't actually see what's his name, Billy say anything to Lori. We see John telling Lori what allegedly Billy said. So she knows what John told her, but we still don't know what it is, unless they're completely trying to fool us, which is fine because I'm enjoying this
Yeah.
little puzzle.
This person that calls himself the unit, all right, is just unit. And it says the picture is John in the middle with his back turned, holding the baby. The third person is John's blonde daughter. I don't see three people here. I don't know. It
As if the
can't be
hair on the right, maybe.
it can't be his back because that's not the picture itself. And I appreciate the comment. It has to be damning evidence that this person is the father of this baby, because the father is the only one who has motive to kill this woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I said that from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So him holding the baby to the back, he could have just been going visiting his cousin, and she had the baby there, and she's taking a picture of the baby. That's not damning enough. Oh, I went to go see her, and I was holding the baby. You snapped a picture. It looks like one of these pictures, and I'm telling you, I'm in my ex-girlfriend did this to me. Like, I remember one time I was sleeping, and when I was sleeping, she laid next to me, and she took a picture, like holding me while I was sleeping.
Okay.
And took a picture of that. So I think it would have to be something like that a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to have a picture of that like that. So it has to be something more than I'm really looking at the guy's head on her shoulder. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like this is her face. This is the V-neck right here. This right here is somebody's head on. This is her shoulder. This is the head on the shoulder. And this looks like the baby, like they're holding the baby right here. This would be the baby. This would be that person's head facing right there, right on top of her shoulder. This is her face, three quarters. That's her shoulder that comes down here. And she's using this hand to hold the camera up and taking a picture this way across. And this is the face right here, that person.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
And going back, it's very. They did it perfectly when they showed the picture. So that it's obviously they rehearsed it before what they're gonna show, how much they're gonna light it up from the other side. And then Kev mentioned here before that Billy might the comment is up there already, but he was saying something that Billy held her upset after John shot her. So yeah, I can see somebody getting passion and stuff, like you don't care that you're going to be covered in blood. If apparently they did have something going on, stuff happened.
All right, listen. Someone's saying they see a profile of a man, and lady fat ass red says, I see a profile of a man with a beard and baseball cap in the lower left bottom. Let's pull this up. Can you see that? A profile. So side view of a man with a beard and a baseball cap in the lower left bottom. Let's take a look.
Oh, can you take down the comment so that I can see the bottom? Yeah. Okay, right. Baseball cap.
So you say lower left. Is this that here? or this here. I don't. What are they considering lower left bottom?
Yeah.
This right here. I don't see a baby. If it's over here, all I see is this V-neck.
Yeah.
So I don't see anything but the V-neck here. I don't see anything here. Now over here, I don't see a profile. If it's a profile of a guy with a beard, it's over. It's pretty obvious who it is then. Do you see anything with a
Yeah,
beard?
they're saying that as if he's looking up at her.
Like over where would his face be?
Yeah.
Like you gotta see. That's why I wish people could touch it. Like they see with the arrow. I have the arrow. Where is this at? Here? I don't see it. I truly don't see. I wish I did. I'm trying my best to.
The way how would somebody do it? For example, they may be laying down like you're showing us like we're looking at it right now on the right side, not where the fingers are. It's on the right side. That may be a pose that you may do with somebody, or somebody may be kind of on top of the photograph. I'm just trying to imagine how it would be done, like logistics of it, how you would sit down, lay down to take a picture. There may be a baby. Obviously, there must be a baby somewhere. I hope there's a baby here, and then either face is on the bottom right or top behind maybe Erin, if that's her on the left.
That has to be her.
But it has to be a pose where it's not just, oh, I'm a family member stopping by saying hello, hey baby, kind of thing.
Yeah, it has to
like
be that makes
it has
you
to
exactly
like
the baby's father.
Like very close, like even sometimes putting your head next to somebody, that's people do that to get in a frame. But if you have your head on somebody's
now,
shoulder, or
there might be three people. I think there's three people, one baby and another person.
Yeah, like Sue says, as if they're laying in bed. Yeah, I can see that like a very comfortable moment with them.
This is a selfie though. She's taking this while this person, I think,
the
is
angle
unaware.
is like a selfie. Yeah, it's the angle and the face kind of like tilted, like people take for selfies.
Mary's saying there's 4 people in the photo. I don't see it.
That must be one interesting family in town.
I really wish that people could outline like the 4 people and say, yeah. Now,
that's a lot to put
the guy is laying his head on his hand. Where do y'all see this? What? I know I have glasses. I do, and I know that, but I don't see this guy laying his head on the hand.
Again, it's all angles and where how close to the camera it is.
This is a darker version of that picture. I don't know if you could see it better because it's darker, or you could see it better because it's lighter. But I think the darkness clearly shows this is her hair right here. I think we could clearly see that from the darker picture. And that this is like a V-neck, I think. It has to be a V-neck.
Or some kind of like a low-cut shirt or something like that, because it's showing feminine features in that photo.
What's better? Is the darker version better, or can you see more in the darker version or a lighter picture?
Can you switch again? As a comparison?
Can
you switch again to the other ones? I can see as a comparison, like back and forth between the two. There are more outlines with a dark one. Do we have so we're talking about all that the entire family, right? But in the slip from that jewelry thing, it said Ross, so it didn't say anything. So that's very
it did say Billy on it. Really? People keep hitting in the comment section saying it is 2 things. If you look on the left hand side, the left there's 2 pictures.
Yes.
There's one right on the right, and then there's another one on the left. If you look at the left one, on the bottom it says Billy.
Okay.
It clearly says Billy.
So he obviously is in love with her.
He bought that for us. Yes. No doubt. And if it was not Billy, let's say it's you can clearly see it says Ross on the top. It says Billy on a thing. Clearly says Billy Ross. Anyone who doesn't say it doesn't say Billy Ross, you're not reading it. It's on the second receipt. It says Billy Ross. I'm not just saying this to say it. I'm telling you it because that's what it is. It says Billy
Yeah.
Ross. If you didn't think it said Billy Ross and it said John Ross, Maya would have been alerted to that fact.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
she would
Yeah.
have said, they would have had to make her say something in there like, oh my God, it's John. She would have
Mm-hmm.
had to be alerted. They would have had to highlight that because she was going in there with the intention that it was Billy, and that gave her confirmation
Mm-hmm.
that her
Yeah.
belief to
Yeah.
be Billy. So that's why she was there. If it didn't, she would have been alerted. So, oh my God, it's not Billy, it's John.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's Billy. It said it on
Mm-hmm.
the second receipt, and that's the other reason why it had to be done. So
Yeah.
I understand if y'all didn't see it, but I'm not. You could take it to the bank that it's
Yeah.
Billy.
I mean, she would have reacted differently if it was anybody else but Billy.
Yeah, you could
She
take
would
it to
have
the
been
bank.
like,
That's
"Oh my
done.
God, why would she be asking about Billy at that point? She wouldn't be asking about Billy. She would be asking about what the heck is up with John." And he literally had no when they were sitting on the couch in the other episode, like when on the couch just relaxing, drinking those beers, which Billy didn't drink. Things were brought up, and Billy was distraught, and kind of nervous, and he left right away. So again, it shows emotion that he had. It shows that he's involved in it, and there's something emotional about it. Again, like I keep saying, it might have been a crime of passion. Either he killed her, or he was there when she was killed, and like Kev said up there somewhere, that he may be dealing with that blood all over himself because he was holding her. But John is completely but again, him being manipulator and him having those affairs and maybe issues, he just is so used to not reacting. He's so used to like passing that lie detector test kind of thing. Not literally, but he's just chilling and cool, not even flinching, not even one nervous movement out of him when that conversation was brought up. Maybe he's just used to that.
So let's go through the facts that we know. So
Mm-hmm.
I've already told you, I really do, that it's Billy who wrote it. It says Billy on it. If you don't want to believe me, I'm not going to argue the point. I'm telling you, it is. It says it. I'm not just saying it to say it. That's that. Billy bought the necklace. Let's go. Let's go next. Let's go next to the thing. Next
Mm-hmm.
thing we know that Billy came home with blood.
Yes.
These are the facts that we know about the case.
Yeah.
We only could go by the facts that we know. Billy, like saying that John is manipulating Billy, we don't know that for sure. That's not a fact. That's our assumption that's
Assumption, yeah.
So we're just going by facts right now. The facts of the matter is that Billy brought her the necklace.
Yeah.
Seemed like he had the affair with her at the family reunion. All right. Next, Billy came home with blood on him. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
There's no. All right. Did he go out and slaughter a deer that night? I don't think so. All right. I don't think he did.
Yeah. And he looked nervous too. From the recollection.
When Mayor questioned him about her staying there at the house, he was scared to death. He left. Those are the facts. That's the facts of the case. Billy was there. So when she died, Billy was there. We know that. I think we have to be smart enough to assume Billy was there and there's some blood there. That's that. All right. So we have that now. So now the situation. Thank you for the super chat, Joanne Evans. I think the picture shows Billy and John with the kidnapper. Now, I believe that John is involved with the kidnapper, Joanne. I'm with you on that. I 100% believe that she's down with the kidnapper. He's down with the kidnapper. I don't see them. I see a girl in the left. I don't see a guy wearing a V-neck like that. Not even from a small town.
And not with what looks like breasts over there.
Yeah, if we go back, and I guarantee if that's her, and that's they would have already showed her wearing this V-neck in the show in one of these episodes. Guaranteed. If you go back and look, if that's the case. All right. So therefore, let's go on to what we were saying. We know Billy was there. He's all distraught. He does admit to basically like taking the fall for this thing. So why would he be willing to take the fall? Why would he be willing to do that if that's the case?
I keep thinking that John, and again we are going only by facts, but what the facts point to is that John is manipulating his family. He did manipulate his son by telling him to lie at least twice that we know of. He did manipulate his wife by telling her that, do it for the. I need you to do this for the family. And then he did manipulate, from what I see as a manipulation, telling Billy to actually say it, to say the words. It's like you're coaching somebody.
Saying that so the people are saying that somewhere here is a face down here.
Yeah, I don't see it as I can't see it. I mean, I understand what people are saying, but I can't picture it.
That's what they're saying. That's a face on the bottom right hand side. I wish I'm trying my
I mean,
best.
now that I'm looking at it, but it looks like a doll, like a creepy face. Like there's like a lot of like light hair, and the face is staring like straight at, as if it's like laying, but it's like a smaller, like a face. Like there's an eye and a nose, and kind of like a hair is kind of parted. But again, my mind is probably playing tricks on me at this point. Like there's a forehead, and kind of like
It's
a
mosaic now. It could be
yeah,
anything. It's
and
like
then
an
there's a
ink, it's like
nose
an
and
ink block.
eyes and hair. So I see it now, but it may be just my brain
All right.
seeing
Also,
it there
I
for
think that
no
something
reason.
that is important that could be pointed is that the person dumped the body where she got into the fight earlier that day. Right?
I'm sorry. The what? Who?
The person dumped the
Yes.
body back where she got into a
Yes.
fight earlier that day. So this person had to have a vehicle to drive her those 16 miles over there. Because
Yes.
that's how far it was, 16 miles, right?
Yeah.
So would have, I mean, that would take not just a car, like a pickup truck, I would think, to put the body in the back of the pickup. Now, you could put it in the
Hmm.
car.
But then it
People,
bleeds everywhere too. So I wonder how they cleaned up the. Yeah, that's a lot
so,
of
I
blood.
mean, pickup truck, you could just hose down the back of the cab,
True.
the back of it,
Yes.
and then that's it.
Yep.
So to me, it would take a pickup truck. We only seen one person really with a pickup truck right now,
Right.
that's John.
Mm-hmm.
So only reason Billy, I would think, would be able to cover would be if it's for a family member. You know what I mean?
And they're all covering, right? The grandfather or the oldest of the Rosses has been covering for Billy all this time, and then now they're planning to cover for Billy, and then Billy is obviously covering and mentioning that John has to be responsible at some point, one point, for his actions. So we'd
And
see that.
he specifically says you
Yes,
couldn't keep your dick in your pants.
exactly that too.
Like this isn't the first time this has
Yes,
happened. Like you're a serial fucker, right?
yeah,
Like you're a serial person who always thinks with the wrong head, and this time
yeah,
you need to be held accountable for it.
yeah. Maybe he knows that John slept with Aaron for whatever happened, and he's upset about it. We know that that Billy is upset and obviously at John, and something must have happened more. Then why would he be worried about an affair? Like he wouldn't care. He's obviously in a lot of distress right now. He's distraught about stuff. He wouldn't care about John having an affair at
Yeah,
that point. Yeah,
if
like
like my
well,
brother. Let's say my brother was having an affair, sleeping around. I wouldn't care. He was sleeping around. He had an
right.
affair. I wouldn't care at all. It's my brother. Do
Right.
whatever you want to do. Whatever. Go have fun. You know what
Sure.
I mean? You get bagged up, then that's on you. That's on you, man.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
Oh, I see
Oh,
that when
now
they're
Tia
saying
says, all
baby's
right. Tia
head.
says, I now see the head. Looks like he is kissing her stomach as if she's still pregnant.
Hmm. I see all kinds of stuff right
If
now over
that
there.
is the case, then that would show exactly who the baby's father is.
Yes, because that's a pose a family member normally would
Yeah,
not
you're not going to do
have.
that unless you're the baby's
No,
dad. You're not going to kiss the belly of this
no.
baby unless you're doing that. Now, I don't see the head now, but I see it. So it would be here. We would be her
Towards the back,
stomach.
like
And this is the V right here. So this is a neckline.
mm-hmm.
And the picture ends here. So I don't know if you could see the full stomach. And people, I don't see it, motherfuckers. Show me. It's, I,
uh,
but that would do it. If he's
yeah.
kissing the pregnant belly, then that is enough to say that he's the father. Because the father is the murderer. As I told you from the beginning, that's the only reason to show it.
Mm.
The father's the murderer.
And it has to be somebody else than just Billy, because, like we said, if it was just Billy, then the chief would not react like that. And if it is Billy, then why the heck did they make him react like this? There's no point. She's already there. She doesn't need to be called. She suspects that it's Billy. The only reason to say call her now is to tell her that no, it's not Billy. It's somebody else as a suspect.
Now we got someone saying that it's Mayor's daughter in the bottom right corner. I don't know. Jay Lee says he sees someone kissing the belly too. I don't see them. I would like to see them. I would like to see the belly kiss. I wish I could see that on that side. Or I can only make out one thing possible. But it has to be someone who shows who's the baby daddy.
Yes.
And that baby daddy, it has to show that this person is the killer. That's what it has to show. If it's Mayor's, let's say it's Mayor's daughter. Say she's pregnant and it's Mayor's daughter in the picture. How does that mean Mayor's daughter killed her? Not saying Mayor's daughter couldn't kill her. We do have some proof that maybe she did. And I think the proof of that would be that Mayor did say that nobody goes up in the attic anymore.
I wonder what's up there right now. Like, what if there's any evidence?
If the gun is up there.
Yeah.
She ain't been up there. No one goes up there, she said.
Yeah.
So if Mayor's daughter went up there and grabbed the gun, shot, and then went and put the gun back, then that would be the reason. That'd be the only way she could do it, if she did do it.
Yeah. Somebody says that there may be a mohawk, or Jesse says there may be a mohawk on the bottom right. And yes, and now we see that Siobhan, she actually had different hair. She was more like girly, kind of like, with a bow in her hair and all that stuff. And now she looks more of a like teenager, like an older.
Yeah, she probably didn't understand the sexual feelings at that time when she was young, or how to express herself that way. And now she seems to have more things.
And a year can change a person.
She flips out on Mayor saying that it's your fault. You should have been the one to find him. I shouldn't have been the one. Does that make her? What's the motivation for her to kill this girl that she saved from getting beat up that same night?
Is it another? Because this got me thinking. This entire show there's a lot of things about. Majority of it is about addiction, different kinds of addiction, different sides of addiction, sides that are hidden. Like Mare calls herself a bad mother, but from what we see, she doesn't look like a bad mother. She just has her addiction is like the psychologist or psychiatrist mentioned that she hides between other people's grief, and that's also an addiction, being avoiding pain. And what we see incest, possibly, obviously from what we hear, incest. What if Siobhan had some feelings towards her brother? Again, this is a huge stress, but jealousy and anger would be motivators for that. But again, we don't see anything like that so far. There's no evidence of her having any kind of incestuous relationship with her brother. We don't see that.
No, you see no evidence of that. And
at least I don't see it.
Dub's saying that revenge of having DJ be raised by the Rosses, that's not enough to kill somebody. I can't do it. Number two, as Tia said, she would have had to been able to move the body. Number three, she checks one box. I mean, if the gun is in the attic, and they say that's the gun in the attic, then she definitely would have access to that. She would know that her grandfather's gun's up there. But wasn't she with her girlfriend that night?
You mean Siobhan?
Yes.
Yes.
Because she goes up there to the fight, and she's with the girlfriend, I thought. That's when she runs over and says, leave her alone. She's with her girlfriend that night.
And we don't know what happens after. But then she is asleep in the bed, right? We see both of them being in bed.
Yeah, together. Sleeping together.
Yes.
So
But then
to
we
me,
also see Dylan in bed, right? We see all of them in bed, and we know that Dylan was not in bed all night.
yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. I like it. I love it. I love it. It's this episode. And what's up with the not a priest, with a deacon? And I was so disappointed. I thought, and I think still, that you're not supposed to say if somebody has confession. Like if you're a priest and somebody does you do the confession for them, you're not allowed to do that, because if you're not allowed to say what happened during confession. You're kind of I don't know, the law is here, but you're not supposed to do that. You're protected in a way as a priest where you don't have to say it. So Mare, it's such a huge polar thing, like the two opposites. Mare keeps people's secrets, but she doesn't have to, because she's a detective, so she should technically go and turn people in, right? But she doesn't. And then you have this priest who's supposed to keep the secrets, and what does he do? He goes to the police in the morning, and they're cousins. So it's a huge crazy thing. Like, it was so made apparent that I was shocked that they said it. But what's up with him? Is he done? Are we done with him?
Yeah, the priest. I
What?
think storyline is over. I think that's it for him. I don't think. I think that they put a bow on that
Mm,
to let you know that he's not the one.
yeah.
And I think that's what it is. He just the whole thing that's stupid about me is why are you still lying about
Right.
why your face
Beat
is
up.
bruised up?
What's up with that? Like maybe
There's
he
no
just
sense of lying about that. They
yeah.
already know
Who are
everything
you
about you. You want
protecting?
to
Who are you
just say the
protecting at
truth.
that point?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
trying to keep that story from
He
getting
could have
out.
said I was beaten up because the rumor got out, and he could be angry. Why is he protecting him? Like he doesn't owe them anything. He doesn't have to protect them. It's just hurting him.
And now you got Mayor's daughter listening to Aaron's ballot. The whole thing is that it has to be something significant
Mhm.
to Mayor that he says, get Mayor on the phone, do it now.
Yeah.
So it's significant to Mayor, without a doubt. It means something to Mayor, but it also means something that is also. This is the whole thing. This is why it's not going to be Billy, and I think I wish it was Billy. I truly
Mhm.
do, but I can only go with what the evidence is leading me to. She
Yeah.
she contacted the chief saying it was Billy. So
Yes.
the chief's contacting her back saying, get Mayor on the phone and do it now. So he has evidence pointing that it's not Billy. So this picture is proving it's not Billy. And
Mhm.
that's the only reason why he's saying do it now.
Yes. There is a danger. Like there's an imminent.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, there is this maybe imminent threat. Like, why would he say now? Like, he knows he knows her, first of all, so he knows she is impulsive and she just goes for it. He told her to wait for backup. He's like, okay, bye. She disconnected, so he knows she's gonna charge in like she normally does, like she's been doing, attacking people because they walk at night. So she knows. He knows that he may be in danger. If it would be, if it's anybody else than John and Billy, then it would not be okay. It would not be something that he would have to rush, her to be on the phone. So I think there's danger to her.
Yeah, it has to be danger. Like she's running.
Yeah,
That's why he said stay back.
yeah,
That's why it has to be John. And it has to be. I mean, that's the only danger that she could be in is from him.
yeah.
There's no one else there that's dangerous. It has to have something to do with this motherfucking John. It just has to. I
Yeah.
can't see it not. I mean, I don't, I don't. I'm trying my best to see it going down a different way.
Mm-hmm.
But why is he saying get her on the phone and get her on the phone right now? Why?
Yep.
That means that she's about to do something that's going to put her in harm's way, and he's trying to warn her to prevent that from happening. There are two people up there. She already told the chief
Mm-hmm.
that it was Billy. So if he's saying, if he's going to call her up and say, hey, I just seen the photo. You're right. It is Billy. I already knew that, chief. No need to
Exactly.
say that to me.
Yes. Exactly.
So, hey, get Mary on the phone right now. It's
Yep.
either you're in trouble. You're looking at the wrong guy. It's really John. It's
Yeah.
not Billy.
Yeah.
Watch your back. or abort the whole mission. It's
Yes,
somebody else entirely.
that they need to quickly. But they, if it would be that priest or the deacon, they already have him in custody. So she doesn't like. Okay, let's let her, take care of that. They're gonna clear it out. If she's gonna bring them in, it's fine. We have the priest, the deacon. So I don't think it's the deacon because it would not warrant such a rush to get her on the phone.
All right, so Steel Rain says, but why would John have that old gun? It seems like the adults wouldn't have that older gun. It's something a teen or someone like Freddie would have, right? All right, so
Really, an old gun?
yeah, I I,
Teens,
I,
old
I
guns?
think that when it comes to the old gun situation and why they would
Mhm.
have the old gun. No, number one, first off, let me put this out there before I take the
Mhm.
super chat Fernandez. Let me put it like this: old people would have a gun. People collect guns. Older people are gun collectors. They have a
Yes.
bunch of guns.
Yeah.
So especially a gun that was a service revolver. Now he said it was. Did he say it specifically that it was a service revolver that was used by
Yes.
the police
Yes, he
that
did.
killed
And
him?
that yes, and he literally said her father's, you know,
Yeah.
the
So
connection that it might
it's a
be
service
the one.
revolver. If someone was
Mhm.
able to get their hands on a gun that the police used and they were a collector, they
Back
definitely
then,
take it.
yes.
That would be a no brainer. So that's done. So why would someone else that would be it? But if it's in the attic, then Siobhan is the one who has access to it. Doesn't
Mhm.
mean she pulled the trigger. Now the shot that we seen looked like it was not a great shot. We seen someone shoot accurately when they blew off Quicksilver's head, right?
Right. Yeah.
But this shot went into the tree, right? It was all the way up in the tree, like it was
Yeah.
high up in the tree, like they were just shooting randomly.
Yeah.
It could be Siobhan, a big gun like that, blew a hand up like that, and everything else. It could be. That would be the only way I could see it doing. Super Chat Fernandez, thank you so much. Did you guys agree with Quicksilver's mom assessment that it's her fault? I feel like she needs to have her hand on the gun at all time when doing police work. Not that. No, I don't agree with the mom at all. Her son is in a dangerous line of
Yeah.
profession, and it has nothing to do with Mayor. Mayor gave him her. He gave Mayor the heads up and said, "Hey, look, there's Winston's right there."
Yep.
He should have pulled his gun out
Right
right the
away.
fuck then. I
Yep.
would have pulled
Yep.
my gun. Like I would have been like, "Yo, listen, the way these cops pull their guns out on you just for seeing your
Yeah.
finger."
Yeah.
Right, like, and so I don't know what the small town shit is, but believe you, if that was the NYPD right there,
Yeah.
if that was the NYPD,
Yeah.
that dude, they would have had the SWAT team guns on
Yeah.
that dude as soon as they walked through the
There are
door.
different yeah, there are different ways. Obviously, we're looking at it from perspective, but we as people hope, like, I'm assuming the chat is not trained in this, but police officers, again, assumption, they are trained. So either pretend you didn't see anything and step out, or take him down, not down, like, just get him under control right away. Don't wait for him to make the first move. Either leave, pretend nothing happened, get help, or act right away and protect yourself, because there's danger. Obviously, it's all like, how long do you have to listen to the pipe banging to know that there's something not okay over there? And as far as the mother is concerned, yes, completely not right. He would have had to done it anyway. He's a detective. He would have been there by himself. Well, at that point, Mayor didn't help because she didn't have a gun, but he would have been there by himself doing all those checks. So the girls would not have been found. So again, this was his job. That's always a danger when you leave the house as a police officer. You may not come back. They take an oath, and they are well aware to put, their life is on the line, so they know that mother. But again, there's this other issue where people deal with grief differently. Like Mare didn't even grieve properly for her son, and it's been over a year now. And as far as mother freshly, having her son just killed a couple days, she is grieving. Everybody grieves differently, and she may be putting blame on her, even though there's no blame to be put
Yeah,
on.
this question, Dylan shot at her,
Mm-hmm.
but she escaped, and then she was bludgeoned by John Ross. Yeah, I don't see that whatsoever. John Ross didn't have any blood on him. When his wife came to him in the morning in the bed and said, Aaron's dead, he said, he, acted like he was shocked and said, blah, blah.
Mhm.
He had no blood on him, no nothing. He was in
Mhm.
bed with his wife. So
Mhm.
there's no way he bludgeoned
Yeah.
someone and had,
Yeah,
he would have
no.
covered with blood.
There's a
There'd have
lot
been
of blood.
something.
There's laundry. Why are you running the
Yeah,
laundry at
it would have
night?
been
Like,
something.
what's up
Yeah,
with that?
yeah. She would have heard the laundry
Yeah.
thing running that early.
Yes, like at night, of course,
Yeah,
too.
it would have been done deal.
Like, what are you doing? What are you washing? Why all of a sudden are you washing anything?
The
We
only
don't
one
know
who
that.
had blood on him is this dude. The whole
Mhm.
thing with and he admitted to doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, but that's still tricky, and I still agree. Like, there are a couple people saying that he is a complete manipulator, and yes,
Can you really
manipulators can
get someone
become.
to listen? I've
Yes,
seen
I see that.
The
Mhm.
Central Park 6, right? 7.
Mhm.
When those cops got those kids to admit to doing wrongdoing by after torturing him and
Mhm.
going over him. I don't think that that's the situation here. I think he had to have something to do with it.
Um.
And people saying, "Oh, he blacked out and he woke up." I don't believe he blacked out. He was. You haven't seen him drinking to the point where he's
Mhm.
blacking out. You would have had to help move that body.
Yeah. With the people being able to
He's dirty somehow. Billy's involved.
Bill, oh
He was
yeah,
definitely there.
Billy is involved, but I still think John is a manipulator. And just to kind of give a reference, there's a movie, I forgot the title, but it's the one with Keanu Reeves. I don't want to give spoilers, but for those who want to watch it, it's a great movie. I like it. It's very like courtroom whodunit kind of thing.
What is it?
He,
What's the name of it?
oh gosh, it's on Netflix. Again, Keanu Reeves, and there's what's her
He's a
name?
lawyer.
I'm sorry. He's a lawyer. Keanu Reeves is a lawyer, and he is the what do you call them when they not the prosecutor, meaning that he's the one protecting or
Yeah.
um
Oh,
the
yeah. He's
not
so
devil's advocate, not devil's advocate. It's not that one. It's
yeah,
more a
he's a
recent one.
defense attorney.
Yes, defense attorney. Yes, and the twist at the end. I love the twist at the end. And yes, the family can be. I'm assuming there's all kinds of stuff going on with families, but that was an example of what a person may do, and how cold the actual killer may be. Not giving any indication. You have to have this thing about yourself where you won't even blink. Like you put it outside of yourself. It's that type of personality, somebody who can do that. And yeah, I still think that he may not be the one who killed her. He may be the one who made Billy kill her, or he was the one who killed her and Billy took the blame. I
Yeah.
still,
Now I'm
that would
gonna.
be a crazy twist.
It seems like it's John, and this
Yeah.
statement right here. I have a video coming out tomorrow that's gonna point towards John,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
obviously I didn't say I thought it was Billy, but I have to go as always. I go where the evidence tells me, and
Yeah.
I use this statement right here, basically, what she's saying here, Carmelita, in this video, and I'll drop the video tomorrow, but I'll tell you that
Hmm.
it's because it's a key line.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm ready to confess."
Hmm.
Right? That's what he says.
Yep.
I'm ready to confess. He didn't say he's ready to confess of murdering her. He's
Hmm.
ready to confess. That means
Yeah.
he could be ready to give up
Eh,
everything.
exactly,
Everything that
exactly.
happened that night, I'm going to
Very
confess about.
unstable. Yeah, very
So it's
unstable.
not like I'm ready to confess that I did it. I'm going to
Yep,
tell everything that happened here.
yep.
And then he says to him, "Hey, before you sure you want to do that? Before you do, let's go fishing one last time."
Right. It's like taking your dog for a long, like drive.
So he could be like, "Listen, I'm going to
Mhm,
confess. I'm going to say everything. I'm going to go out there and say my involvement, your
mhm.
involvement. It has no other choice but to be John. What's he
Yeah,
confessing to that John doesn't want him to confess
right.
to? That he was
Yeah.
there, that John's the baby's daddy, that John is the one who killed her, and that's what it is. It can't be any other way. Now, how he got that old gun? What did John's dad do for a living? Do we know? Was John's dad a cop?
Hmm. I don't remember that.
I
I
mean,
do not.
he said he was retired,
Mhm.
but he
Yeah.
doesn't say what he's retired
Yeah.
from.
He doesn't say that.
But he looks like a goddamn cop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and yeah, kind of. And I can see that happening. Those two being cops together. Mayor's father and this dude. They can be
I
known.
mean, it's a
They
small
could have
town.
been. Yeah.
That's what mayor's, grandfather, father. They were the cops. You know what I mean? So, like, when it comes down to it, when I look at everything, I truly have to go with. In the end, I think it's John. In this picture, I think it's going to be
Yeah.
John in this picture with her holding the baby or kissing the belly. If y'all say a head kissing the belly, it's John's head kissing the belly. It's John.
I keep thinking that it has to be. It cannot be Billy. That's one thing. I wonder why John would be so distant though. Like because we don't know anything about him being close to the baby.
Because
Why
I
all of a
think she
sudden?
fucked both of them.
Yeah, I think she did. But I think
She
Billy is
slept
in
with
love with
both
her.
brothers. She slept with both
Yeah,
brothers,
and yeah.
but Billy cared about her.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Again, and maybe she, you know, again, I keep saying crime of passion. Maybe he was upset that she said that it's not his baby. Maybe he was freaked out by it. Maybe he didn't know that John slept with her. Maybe he got upset and maybe he killed her. Who knows? Maybe he actually did kill her. But it's there's so many different ways. I need like a map, like a billboard, like a board with pins and different strings going everywhere. It's really and we know more obviously than Mare knows, and if she can solve it, um yeah, I the only thing I don't see is Mare being involved, and a couple people mentioned that. I don't see her as a suspect
No, that was
though.
my first video. My first video I put out that Mayor did it.
Mm.
Right? That there was proof, and I
Mm.
was thinking that it had something to do with her son Kevin. But
Mhm.
I clearly said in that video that this is my first reaction from what I
Yeah,
had seen so far.
yeah,
And that every week my reaction may be different because I'll get more
yeah,
evidence.
yeah.
Right. So, and then in that second video that we did live stream, I said that there's something going on with Billy and John Ross. I said those are the key suspects no one's looking
Mm-hmm.
at, them too. And then in the third video, I said that John Ross was involved with the sex ring and Billy was the baby's father.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, and I'm staying. I'm not gonna jump ship now. I'm not gonna jump ship and say, "Oh, I knew it was Jonathan." I didn't. I thought it was Billy. I
Yeah.
thought John was involved. I thought John was involved with the kidnapper.
If they appointed clearly to the whoever done it, then it would not be a well-written show because we're not supposed to know it. We're supposed to be held in suspense, thinking and wondering who, and kind of evidence being revealed slowly, like it's revealed to the detectives. Because what's the fun unless there is a show that we see the what you might call it, we see the who done it first and then we see how others solve it, but we already know who done it. It's just we're watching them. Here there's this unknown where we don't know who it is, and I don't want to know. Well, I do want to know, but I'm having more fun finding out and thinking who could have done it than like, oh, it was clear, like day from the beginning. Then what's the point of it? Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, it is. Julie says, if John and Billy are the father, wouldn't the DNA show of the baby show the same family? I think if they're brothers and they have the same parents, that the DNA wouldn't be dead, have the exact same DNA. So that wouldn't,
For who?
the DNA wouldn't be the DNA.
It would be different. It would be relatives. It shows like even like for the DNA testing that people do these days, it shows the level of connection, like first, second, and whatnot. It can show relations, so they obviously would know how far back it is. But they would show it. It could actually show um depending on how obviously there's like whole science part behind it, but they would do a proper job testing who it is between the two, and obviously they can tell the difference, and the DNA can show us the difference between those two.
Yeah. All right. So Kevin says, why did Dylan burn the journals? We'll try to move on to that.
Yeah.
And we'll pull the picture up again if
Yeah.
anyone has anything you want to talk about. But I think that it's got nothing to do with that. I think it has something to do like, listen, it seems like he's either dealing drugs or he's
Mhm.
involved in that sex ring somehow.
Mhm.
Because there's no reason for him to pull a gun on this chick
Yep.
unless he thought he was gangster. And the black guy was
Yep.
scared to death when he pulled the gun. He said, "Let's go, man! Let's go!"
Right.
Like he
Yeah.
wasn't down with that. Like he didn't expect him to pull that gun. And then him saying, "Oh, you better keep your mouth shut, or your head's gonna
Mhm.
be splattered like this girl." That doesn't mean he
But that's a
splattered
different
that girl's
gun.
head. He's just putting that in her thoughts in
Yeah.
her head because it happened to
Exactly.
this girl. Something could happen to you. So
Yeah.
it's not him. He's
And
not the
yeah,
killer.
and it's not even the same gun. That one looks like a newer model
Yeah,
versus
no, this is an
whatever they were saying.
old gun,
Exactly.
and that's what it is.
Mhm.
People say, why is Faye so mad at Frank? He wasn't even the dad. I think it's just the fact that he got caught up in that shit. You know,
Mm.
if you're about to marry someone and the accusation comes up that you were sleeping with your student,
Mm.
it's just a bad look. And that's why, and you get mad about some situations like that. Luna, what's Luna
Mhm.
doing?
Oh no, I think I touched my earring and it fell. And Luna is just kind this time it wasn't Luna. This time it was me. My earring fell out.
Blaming Luna for everything.
She's guilty of everything. Probably Luna done it. Luna is my cat, by the
That's
way,
it.
to those who don't know.
Luna's the reason. Uh, Plot twist: Mayor's grandson is the father of DJ. Aaron is the predator of the situation.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Grandson.
Faye knows something. What would Faye know? I don't know. I think Faye was. I don't know what Faye would know. You know that. I don't know
um,
what Faye would know.
who was that lady that worked at the place where Faye was supposed to confirm something about the wedding? Wasn't that Sandra? I don't remember. Sandra is the one that John is supposed to have an affair with, but I wonder if that's the same lady who owns the that place where Faye was supposed to go and she never did to confirm something about the wedding. Um, if those are even, I don't remember if we've even seen that Sandra lady.
Yes, the one that got away said the guy had a beard. Yeah, listen, that's why I believe that dude is
Mm-hmm.
involved in the sex ring. I believe he was involved in that sex ring. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's Pot's boy, his poker buddy, and he was helped doing that. You know, and he was about that life, doing that, kidnapping these
Hmm.
chicks and bringing them in there. I thought he was that, and his brother is the one who killed this chick because he had the baby with her. You
Hmm.
know, so I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all that stuff.
And some person in here, I don't know who this motherfucker was in here, said, "Oh, last week you were saying it was Billy. This week you're saying it's John." Listen,
That's
motherfucker, let me explain something to you, man. In all honesty, as I said, when new evidence comes in, I don't deny it. Right? I'm not
yes.
going to be sitting here saying something happened and then I see a videotape
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden it contradicts what I'm saying, and I'm still going to go and keep talking about what I'm talking about. I'd say what the
Yeah.
evidence points me, that's where I go.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Billy, not from last week, from a long time ago. From the third episode on, I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was him. But it just seems like, and look, I could just sit here because what they showed in this last week's episode makes me believe that it was Billy. Makes everyone think it's Billy. I could sit
Mm-hmm.
here and go, yeah, it was Billy. I was right.
Yeah.
But it makes me think I was wrong in the end. It's not Billy, but it's actually the other brother. And it's actually the other brother. And Billy was confession is just to confess to everything. Put him in jail, put his brother in jail,
Mm-hmm.
put them all in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said, you're gonna really want to do that? All right, you're gonna do it. I'm not gonna stop you from doing it, but let's just go fishing one last time
Right.
as a family before we both go to jail for the rest of our lives.
Hmm.
And then plans on killing him when he goes out there. And that's it in the end.
Yeah.
The only thing that's
And
hard is that he said to him, I need to hear you say it. And
mm-hmm.
he says that he killed her. So maybe he killed her. I don't know.
right?
Maybe
And
Billy somehow killed her by accident
mm,
and didn't mean to kill her,
true.
or something like that.
Yeah. Just to add something to the whole manipulation thing for John, we see obviously that Billy is by his house or by his wherever father's wherever he's at right now or whenever they left from.
Yep.
He sees the gun. He's in a safe place. He doesn't have to go. He could have been like, oh, I'm sick. I have to go. I have to stay home. I'm sorry, or something. Or he could have left the tackle box outside. Like he could have, oh yeah, go inside, out. So it's not with them. Like, oh yeah, I think I took it out and I forgot to put it back in the back of the truck. But he's sitting there, kind of knowing that he may die, and he still sits there in the car or in the truck with his brother, looking at his brother, wondering if he's gonna die by his hand. So there's trust, and that's what I call manipulation. The victim can follow the potential murderer, thinking that whatever they think, they're gonna follow them. Like the kid, they won't make a fuss. Like he's being in a way kidnapped to be killed, but he's not stopping. He's not doing anything to not die. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I call manipulation too. Being able
Thank
to
you,
do
Jenna
that.
S. for the super chat. Says haven't seen the show yet, so I'm not sticking around. Just wanted to show some love. Thank you for showing the love. We truly, truly appreciate the love being shown this way. Fernandez T said someone in the chat said he killed the old lady, not Aaron. So like that crashed into the pole.
But that was recent, where the actual blood and that event that the father is recalling is from way back then.
Is that what they're saying? The old lady that crashed into the pole. Billy killed her.
How would he kill her? I don't see, like, how would you know to scare the lady to death
All right,
on
so
the
let's
road?
say he did it. How could he kill her? She crashed into the pole. Billy's driving drunk somehow, and somehow she gets nervous and then tries to avoid Billy and swerves and hits the pole.
But the death of that lady is recent, and Billy was covered in blood in the beginning of the episode that we see, that his father having a memory
No
of.
doubt. That's where it goes. That's where it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
It goes away by the fact that Billy has blood on him the night that Aaron got killed. He
Mm-hmm.
came home with blood on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
So there's no other thing to think about but that. Whether he killed that person, it does say she had a heart attack and everything else. It's a done deal. But he had blood on him all over
Mm.
him. And that car crash didn't happen the night Aaron got killed.
No,
That
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 crash
crash
happened
happened
just
way
yeah.
after that. Way after.
Yes.
And it was the night that Aaron, the father said specifically, the night Aaron was killed, he came home soaked in blood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he was nervous, and he knew that there was, like, if you, let's say, would cut yourself, or if you went shopping, hunting, and you'll be covered in blood, you'll be like, hey dad, help me out, help me hold this. You wouldn't be like, go away and closing the door. You'll be like, cool, you're here, I need your help. I got, this blood on myself because I was whatever doing something outside with, hunting for stuff or carrying something like that. You wouldn't act like he was acting. So obviously there was guilt and fear. That's obvious.
Yeah, no, and everyone's saying that, oh, it's too obvious that it's John. It's too obvious that it's John. It's the
Mm-hmm.
second to the last episode.
They better
obvious,
not pull it.
obvious would have been if it
So,
was the first, second episode. This is the second to the last episode. I mean, I don't think that's obvious anymore. I think that if that's where the story's going, that's where the story's going. And they didn't try to make you think it was John the last episode. They tried to make you think it was Billy.
mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
if it's not Billy and it's John in the end, that's not obvious.
Yeah.
So I can't consider that obvious at all. So
Mm-hmm. I like what Kev says here. That's a nice thing because it kind of carries throughout the episode.
what is
He
that?
says, do you think the kidnapper was the payoff to another game-winning shot, or will Mare hit another one in the finale? Because it says that she at that counselor's or psychologist's office that she is not or cannot be the person who the people want her to be, or however she phrases it. So she definitely is struggling with the image of herself that people might have, that she needs to keep up, like you mentioned before, like she needs to keep up that thing. It's impossible to keep up that kind of thing. It happens one in a lifetime in a small town like this. So who knows, maybe she'll be the one. But she already brought the girls back, so it's already a big huge win. So for her to solve another crime like that, maybe she'll do something like, okay, I did solve it by looking into all other evidence, but at this point she did not, because the chief said, he discovered something she did not know about. So it's not her solving it in a way. She may be the hero who shoots whoever shooting at an innocent person. She may be that, but as far as solving it, she thinks it's Billy, and I don't think it is at this point. Not at least by the reaction that the chief had.
I wish it was Billy, so I could be
Right?
right 100%. I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't look like
It would be
Billy.
too easy, right? At this point, if everything pointed to Billy.
Yeah, it looks like it's his brother.
Yeah.
Because the last episode,
But he's involved in something.
he is. The last episode
Yeah.
is 70 minutes long.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
What is it normally, 60?
Yeah, it's usually 60 and
Oh,
70
okay.
minutes
That's
long.
a treat. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, they have an
Nice.
extra long episode last episode. So I mean, I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to go with. We'll bring up the picture one last time. If people could figure out what this picture is, the picture is the key to everything. Without a shadow of a doubt. And when I'm looking at this picture, I see this is a face right here. That's what I'm seeing. And Lamar, you agree this is a face?
Yeah, that's
right
a face, and I see it more feminine.
And this is the hair right here, right? All right, and this right here is a shoulder, and this is like breasts, like a V-neck type thing. All right, so we agree on that. So now people are saying there's a head.
I see the face, but it's a very odd shot. I see the face. It's like there's kind of not a comb over, but like a side part. And then there's the nose.
Where is this?
Okay, so go to your right.
Yep.
Yep. See, this is the top, like the hair. This is like it's like a side part,
like
kind
right
of a
here.
thing. Yes. Go down a little bit more to the right. Up higher. That's the nose. Go up, and this is an eye, and that one.
This is the eye right here.
Eye. And then a little bit to the side. This is the forehead.
This is the forehead over here.
Yes.
This is the eye.
The nose is right below. This is the nose. But that's a weird pose. Who would pose like that? That's a very odd pose.
If it was someone kissing the belly, then I think
they're facing like to the front. They're not like on the side. They're like looking at you.
Facing towards the camera more. Then you would say that this is the mouth, then, right here.
Yes, yeah, I see. But it's a very odd. And then in the back, see that other round thing above
this
it.
Right here.
That's like baby's head, and this is the baby's body. And there's the baby's nose on this, like as if the baby is turned towards the camera, and we can see the baby's forehead. So, but it's a very odd. Very odd angle, but again, if it's from the top, her head would be larger, like it is, and then followed by whoever is like on her lap in front of the baby. That will be smaller because it's not like a regular picture. Selfies are tricky, like all about angles and sizes and stuff. So I can see how somebody can make it like a selfie with head being kind of like distorted size wise. But again, this cannot be Billy. Because if it's Billy, then why the heck would she react like this? Why would he mislead us like that? It has to be somebody else than Billy. Or if there's Billy, there has to be somebody else in it besides Billy.
Yeah, I only thing I could see for definite is that there's that's Erin on the left-hand side taking the photo. That's it. That's the only thing I know for definite. And as Bridge said, I did think that the two humps in the back was a booty for a second when I first thought it, then I realized it's not. But I did think that too. Also, Bridge. I did put that through my head. I mean,
Yeah.
as a the photo, the chief seen it and said, "Get Mayor on the phone and do it
Mm-hmm.
now." The
Yeah.
only thing he knows at this particular time is that Mayor thinks that Billy is the killer and she's going to confront him.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I can see him saying, "Do it now. It's important to stop right now," is that he thinks she's wrong. This photo proves she's wrong and that she's in danger somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And by being in danger, it means that not it means that, but the reason for being in danger is that she is looking only at one thing. She already thinks whatever it is, and she's going after it. She is not open-minded at that point, so she may miss other stuff. So that's also the danger. If she's already thinking, Billy did it. So if John pulls something, then she won't be able to catch it in time. And I don't think it's Mare, because why would she be so hell bent on getting there like that? If it's Mare, she would be like, oh, I don't know what's going on. She would not be putting blame on somebody, because they have to go through the trial too, right? She can't
Yeah.
just get it. Oh yeah, it's them. Okay, case closed. No, there's gonna be a trial and other stuff. So if it's her, it would not make sense that she's rushing into solving it like that. She would be like,
Yeah.
oh, we don't know anything. We are trying our best.
Yeah, and that Red, I think maybe you just got here. Maybe we talked about this a little earlier. Like, why would it be a big deal if he was in the picture? He's just family. Yeah, we talked about that. And the picture has to show something clearly that points to this
Yes.
person being the baby's father,
Yes.
without a doubt. So it can't just be him holding the baby. A person kissing her belly once she's pregnant would be enough
Yeah.
to do it.
And a great catch here. If it's not Kevin, because they tested Frank's DNA, and exactly, yeah, I didn't think about that. If they actually tested Frank, and it would show some kind of relation, like a distant cousin or cousins, it would show something, and it did not. So it cannot be Kevin's baby.
Yes, Raising Girl 13. That's a great
Mm-hmm.
point. You're
Yes.
exactly right with that. That's that. So we're done with the Kevin
Yes.
situation.
Yeah.
Raising Girl 13 has put that to rest,
Yeah. Thank you.
and that's done with that.
Yeah.
So in the end, it's genre. It's him.
It
It's
has to
gotta
be
be.
him, right?
It
And it's
has.
not the priest, right, or the deacon. I hope they do something with the deacon, because at that point he's a mess of a man at this point. He's lost. He's lost.
Yeah, someone kissing the belly makes sense. I don't see it, but it does make sense that it's someone kissing her belly, because that would be the proof, all
Mhm.
the proof you would need, and it would be John Ross kissing the belly. If John
Um,
Ross is there kissing the belly, that's it.
yeah, and I see how somebody can like have a intimate, I mean intimate, not like, sexual way, but like intimate family picture with a new baby. Like you have a phone in your hand, and you may have your baby on this side, just kind of like cradled here with you, and then your whoever significant other or the father may be on this side and from that angle. So, and then you hold the camera up so you can see your face, baby's face right here, and then the head of whoever's with you. And that's definitely not how a family member who is non-sexually involved poses. Who
Mm.
poses like that, like, hey, by her boobs, by her, belly.
It just really
People
looks
don't do
like
that.
it look. Why would he allow that picture to be taken? Her kissing the belly. To me,
Yeah.
that would be the only issue if he did it. Like, you're married, dude. Why would you allow a chick to do that?
Hmm. But again, he's having those relations with women, and maybe, but I just don't see him being in that very kind of like a tender pose, while he does not care enough to even probably spend time with the baby at that point, because we don't know of them spending time right with the baby. I don't know, maybe they do spend time with the baby, but I didn't get that impression that either Billy or John
All right,
does
all
that.
right, all right. So people are saying that. Let's go through it one more. I'm gonna
Hmm.
pull it just so I can
Yeah.
see it. They're saying that this is the guy on right here, and then Aaron is sleeping here, right here. This would be Aaron, I guess, on top that this is a guy.
Mm,
I don't see it being a
mm-mm.
guy because of the
No.
V-neck.
Yeah. It's
And
clearly an
and
image.
if it was John, this is no beard on this person
No,
here.
it's a very like a very feminine face, and women who do take selfies, they see, if they have a cleavage or something, even a shirt, like a picture, any picture with
Mhm.
family, you
Yeah.
see how your chest area looks like if you have um a shirt like that. And definitely, if this is something else, then I guess I'm just seeing boobs everywhere. But I see that as a cleavage, not in any sexual way or anything. It's just that the way she's dressed, maybe she's just resting with a baby, and then John or whoever else it is
Guys don't be taking
rests.
fucking selfies like that, dude. That's just not the way it is. Girls take selfies like that. Period.
Mm,
Go on
yeah,
Instagram and look. See how many guys taking selfies
exactly.
like that. It's not the way. It's a girl thing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. From that angle, I remember seeing a guy just like taking his hand up, like trying to take a picture like that. It's
No.
more of a women finding a proper angle
Yeah,
that they're
there's no
happy
doubt.
with.
She's like this.
Exactly.
Let me put this big so you can see this.
Hmm.
This is what she's like.
Yeah.
She's like this. I don't know if y'all can
Hmm.
see me. And she's taking a picture, and
Yep.
this side of her face
Yes.
is what she's holding the camera with this
Yep.
hand,
At
this
that
arm.
angle.
This is with a handle. She's got this
Yeah.
side of her face, and then whatever is going on is right here
Hmm.
on this side.
Yeah.
And that's why you could see right here. It's this right here. So you could see her front of her chest
Yeah.
right here, and
Yes.
then everything going on
Yeah.
right there. That's
And
the
I
way
think,
she's
yeah,
holding the
and I think
camera.
the baby's on your, I think your left hand, the one that you had down. I think that's where the baby laid.
Yeah, it would
And
be like right here.
no, like not on the hand that you have lifted. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. It would be right here.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
If it's a baby, or it would be a
yeah,
guy's head kissing that belly. I could see that.
yeah,
That makes sense for it to be that, but I
yeah,
do think it's a baby. But it would definitely take. It would definitely be without a doubt that is.
yeah,
That a guy kissing the belly would be enough. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And do you think that John would take a tender picture with her, and then who? I don't understand what that means.
Where is it at? Who said it?
If you think if you don't think John would take a tender picture with her, then who a
Hmm.
tender or like a
Like
tender moment?
yeah, yeah.
I think
Um.
he would if he's the master manipulator
Hmm.
that everyone claims him to be. He could have been like, "Don't worry about it, girl. I'm gonna take care of this. Keep this between us. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of the baby. Don't worry. I love you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You know the situation I'm in. Blah blah blah. I'll take care of you. Don't worry." And she's a
yeah.
young girl. It's not hard for an adult to manipulate a
Oh,
young
of
girl.
course.
You know, it's
Yep.
not hard. So if he said something like that, like, "Listen, girl, I got you. Don't worry, this is my baby. I love
Hmm.
the baby. I love you, blah, blah, but I'm in the bed. I'm going to leave her eventually, but I can't right now. You know, I have a young child with cerebral palsy. I can't leave that. You know, it's not hard for him. He could say a million things to manipulate this little girl.
Yeah.
And then
And
taking the picture
yeah,
would just be like something to make her believe that what he's saying is true.
yeah.
And I'm going to say something about this. I ain't sponsored by Bud Light Lemonade. But this damn Bud Light lemonade plus strawberry is amazing.
Oh, really? I
Hmm.
have never. I actually the only beer that is kind of different than what I would normally drink would be is the Blue Moon. Is that what it's called? Or there?
Yeah,
That's I think the closest that comes to anything that, and I did like it.
I
It
like
kind of
Blue
tastes like
Moon. You know, Blue
orange
Moon with the
flavor.
orange in it.
Yes.
So what we would do with the Blue Moon is we
Hmm.
you take like a little bit more than a shot, like 2 shots of
Yeah.
Guinness Stout, and
Okay.
because Guinness Stout is lighter than the Blue
Hmm.
Moon, it actually will float on the
Oh,
top,
nice.
like as if when you put oil in water
Hmm. Yes.
and
Yes.
it floats on top.
That's interesting.
That's what it does, and it's called the Black Moon.
That's really
And it just
cool.
floats on the top of the blue moon.
Hmm.
So if you ever go to a bar, ask them to
Hmm.
make you a black moon. And if they don't know, just tell
Nice.
them to put a couple of shots of Guinness, and you'll see it floating right on top of it. It's
How
very
do you
good.
drink it though? Do you stir it or do you drink it
No,
with
you
that
drink it
from the
right
tap?
down. Just the way it is from the top. You just drink it right
Okay.
down.
Interesting.
Because Guinness Stout's very bitter, but with that Blue
Hmm.
Moon
I never
twist
had
in it,
Guinness.
makes it taste better. We used to do
Nice.
that all the time. But Blue Moon was my drink of choice for a long time. Hi, guy. The deacon is still a suspect. No, he's not.
That man has issues. He's got issues.
Bye
I
bye,
wonder if this is gonna leave it
my
like that.
Mary. Thank you for joining us. You know, I'm sorry. I know it's late and everything else, you know, but 11 o'clock at night, we'll be getting off. We've been there for an hour and a
Yeah.
half and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we'll be getting off in a second. But
Yeah.
no, we had over 130 something people here
Oh,
watching.
nice. I
Truly
can see that. I'm
appreciate
looking
that.
at the StreamYard, so I can see it. So it's so nice to see people popping in and enjoying it with us so much.
Truly do.
Yeah.
Listen, this was a show that who knew what it would be in the
Right?
end. You know, I told Elamar about it.
Yeah.
I asked her. I said, "Hey."
You showed me you linked me the what do you call it? The trailer. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Trailer, and I said, "Hey, maybe something that we could, you know,
Yes.
that we could do, and you know, because we haven't
Mhm.
really been able to work together as much as we
Mhm.
like because obviously this life and in general
Yes.
things just happen." So she was like, "This is a great show. I think it's going to
Yes.
be good," and it turned out to be great. And look,
Mhm.
we met a lot of new people who came
Mhm.
around because of it, and truly appreciate. Hopefully, you don't just leave and run away when the show's over. There's other shows we're
Yeah.
gonna do and
We
stuff
have
like that.
good
Just hopefully
shows.
you don't leave.
Yeah.
And you know, I truly appreciate it. I may hit 50,000 subscribers because
Nice.
of the
Yeah.
of this show, and that'd be great if
Mhm.
I was able to do that. So thank everyone for you know for
Mhm.
doing this. But I will tell you, for me personally, the
Mhm.
next show that all right, the next show that I'll be doing, because I
Mhm.
love this show myself, and is I'm gonna be doing Evil. I'll be on Evil season 2.
Evil. Oh, is that the one? Oh, my dog is snoring crazy. I should wake him up. Is that the one with oh my goodness. The kind of yeah, I think I forgot their names.
It's a black dude
That
who,
and the girl
he's a,
has two daughters or three daughters.
yeah, she
And
has a
she's still,
daughter.
yes. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
it'll be moving to Evil season
Mm-hmm.
2.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It'll be that and everything else. Is that gorgeous Godzilla? I have not seen you. I can't even remember the
What a
last
beautiful
time I've
picture.
seen her. I have. I mean, she was been around from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You know, and I remember her, but I have not seen her in such a long time. It's great to see you, gorgeous guys. Very, very good to see you. Thank you. Well, we'll see if we hit that. We'll see what happens and stuff. But hopefully, we'll get that there. We'll get that there sooner than later. But no, we'll be doing. I'll be doing Evil. That'll be next
Nice.
when that comes out. I think they just dropped a trailer for it too for season 2 and all that. So I'll be doing that. If anyone has not watched Evil, it's on CBS. You can watch it on CBS, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also on Netflix. First season, and it's a really good show.
Highly recommended. It's really well made and it's different from other shows that I know. It caught me off guard a couple times.
Yeah, so maybe we get Lamar we can do a podcast on those shows too, and those weekly episode podcasts on that too, and hope we can keep it going like that for that show. Obviously, you know, have I seen the Nevers?
I have.
What is that? That on HBO, right?
Yes, I think so. I have too many subscriptions, so but I think it's HBO Max. It was interesting. The last episode was like a bit of a twist, and I see how some people can be like, "Okay, I'm done." Like, no, no, thank you. But I'm good. I'm good. I can go with the flow.
Yeah, I think it's on HBO. And if it's the show that I'm thinking of, I don't think it's going to continue because of Kevin Feige's involvement in it. That
Mm.
I think that it may not last. So I didn't really pay it too much mind. I watched the first couple of episodes and I was done because of that. And that was it. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing Evil next. That would be when it jumps off, when the season jumps off, and I'll be doing some prediction videos for that, and I'm doing a trailer breakdown on that. So that's what's next
Mm-hmm.
coming up on Teflon TV. Obviously, I'll be back. Obviously, the Usual Suspects podcast, the Lady and Don podcast, we'll be doing those things and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. We'll have all that going down. I'll drop the second video this week for Mare of Easttown tomorrow, the new
Mm-hmm.
trailer breakdown. Y'all have heard a lot of the stuff I'm going to say, but there is a lot more I'm going to say in it and stuff too. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Definitely, you know, subscribe and everything else. Got a bunch of new people in here. You know what I mean? And I appreciate all the people in here rocking with us. Truly, truly, truly do. And everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar, before we
Yes.
go, I want everybody in the chat right now, if you can, before we go,
Mm-hmm.
as of this moment right now,
Yeah.
we've seen the picture.
Yeah.
We've had a discussion for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the killer?
The killer, I think it's John. I think it's John, and Billy just basically held the body or helped move it or something. Just because there's blood on somebody doesn't mean that they killed it, whoever. And I think it's John. He is a great manipulator, and I see that happening. I can see how he could be the killer and completely cold.
Yeah, I'm going John too. I think John is the one when it's all said and done. We got John from Lady Fat Ass Celebrity Bikini says it's the chief. He's wrong. Tia says John is the killer. Richard saying it's Father Dan. I don't see Father Dan at all. I don't know how even Father Dan would be
He
involved.
failed as a priest, I think, at that point. I need to look into that because I was really disappointed.
Before it says it's Father Dan for Sean's sakes. John manipulated Billy to kill her. It says hi guy, John all day, Lady Starfall. It's John. I think everyone sees this far away.
The ferret.
He says the ferret. Gorgeous Godzilla says, I think John is protecting the sun. That's so nice. I'm so happy to see her. I truly am, because she's been around for such a long time, over 4 years, and I haven't seen her in a long time. So maybe I wasn't doing stuff for her to pop around. And she found this show as we found it, and just so happened I was covering too. So that's always good. Kevin, your videos are great. Thanks for posting them. Thank you for watching them. I wouldn't post them or anything if it wasn't for y'all watching them. It's y'all watching them that keeps me posting them. So I truly appreciate it and everything else. And I'm not ready to talk about the Lakers. I'm only about the Knicks. So, yeah, that's what it is. All right, people. I guess we got. It seems like everyone is almost in agreement that it's going to be John in the end. We shall see if we are right in that. And next we'll be back with a pregame show next week. So that'll be 9 p.m. on Sunday.
Yes.
We'll be back to talk about what we think is going to happen in the episode right before. And then immediately when the episode is over, we'll be back to do a live stream to discuss everything that we just seen.
Yep.
All right. So make sure that you're subscribed. You click that bell so you can be notified when we drop these videos and everything else. LMR, as always, thank you for rocking with me.
My pleasure.
Cannot be done without you. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace.
And stay sexy.